Welcome back to Carrick United Analysis. Hello, and welcome to Carrick United Analysis, the channel every real Manchester United fan trusts for honest, deep, and simple breakdowns of everything happening at Old Trafford and Carrington. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications, because we bring you fresh United content before anyone else does. If you are already part of this family, thank you for always coming back. You are the reason this channel keeps growing. And today we have a quote that has sent shockwaves through the entire fan base. A hook you cannot ignore. Imagine a club legend, a man who won 5 Premier League titles and a Champions League in a red shirt, sitting down in front of the cameras and saying something most pundits would never dare to say out loud. Not United will fight for the top 4. Not United could have a decent season. He said this: Manchester United are going to win the Premier League. Read that again. This is not a random fan on social media getting carried away after one good result. This is Patrice Evra, a genuine club icon, putting his name and his reputation behind one of the boldest predictions anyone has made about this football club in years. If you are a Manchester United fan, these words should give you goosebumps, and maybe even a little bit of fear, because dreaming big after years of disappointment is a dangerous but exciting thing to do. In this post, we are going to break down exactly what Evra said, why his words carry so much weight, and whether this bold prediction actually has real substance behind it, or whether it is simply the passion of a man who loves this club too much to be fully objective. So settle in, get comfortable, and let us walk through this together, step by step, in simple and clear language, the way we always do here on Carrick United Analysis. Setting the scene, why Patrice Evra's opinion actually matters. Before we dive into the quote itself, let us take a moment to remind ourselves exactly why Patrice Evra's opinion on Manchester United carries so much genuine weight. This is not just some pundit who happened to work in football once. Evra spent 8 years at Old Trafford, wearing the shirt with real pride and passion, and during that time he won 5 Premier League titles, a Champions League trophy, and multiple domestic cups. He played under Sir Alex Ferguson during the most dominant period in the club's modern history, and he understands, better than almost anyone in the media today, exactly what it takes for Manchester United to actually win a league title. That matters enormously here, because when Evra speaks about this current United side, he is not comparing them to some abstract idea of success. He is comparing them directly to the great Manchester United teams he was part of. Teams built on relentless mentality, squad depth, and a refusal to accept anything less than the very top. For a man with that background to look at this current group and genuinely believe they can win the league is a very different thing from a casual pundit simply throwing out a bold headline for attention. Here is a question worth thinking about before we go any further. How much more weight do you personally give to a prediction like this coming from a 5-time Premier League winner compared to the same words coming from a television pundit who never played for the club? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. Breaking down exactly what Evra said, let us look closely at the actual words now, because every part of this quote tells its own story. Evra said, and I am quoting him directly here, Manchester United are going to win the Premier League. Maybe I am a dreamer, maybe I love this club too much. It is going to be tough. But I think United can surprise people. Notice how carefully balanced this statement actually is. He opens with total conviction, a flat, direct statement with no hedging at all. Manchester United are going to win the Premier League. Then, almost immediately, he acknowledges his own bias, admitting he might simply be a dreamer, admitting his love for the club might be clouding his judgment. Then he tempers the whole thing with honesty about the difficulty involved, saying plainly that it is going to be tough. And finally, he lands on a phrase that captures the entire spirit of his prediction: United can surprise people. This is not the language of someone making a wild, throwaway prediction purely for headlines. This is the language of someone genuinely wrestling with hope and realism at the same time. Someone who knows the size of the task, who admits his own emotional connection to the club, but who still, after weighing everything up, lands on genuine belief. That combination of honesty and conviction is exactly why this quote has resonated so strongly with supporters this week. Here is a question worth sitting with. Do you think admitting bias, saying things like maybe I love this club too much, actually makes a prediction more believable? Or does it undermine the confidence of the statement itself? I would love to hear where you stand in the comments section. Why this prediction is landing at exactly the right moment. Timing matters enormously in football, and this prediction from Evra is landing at a genuinely significant moment for Manchester United. Under Michael Carrick, results have improved dramatically since the difficult period earlier under previous management. The club has shown real signs of resurgence, climbing back into contention for Champions League football and building momentum heading into a brand new Premier League season. There is also real substance behind the optimism beyond just recent results. This summer has seen Manchester United strengthen their squad significantly, bringing in fresh quality across multiple positions, while also welcoming back key figures who add both quality and emotional weight to the group. A settled, informed manager, a strengthened squad, and a renewed sense of unity within the dressing room, all of these factors combine to create exactly the kind of environment where a bold prediction like this one starts to feel less like fantasy and more like a genuine possibility, even if it remains a difficult one to achieve. It also helps that Carrick has already shown he can get results against strong opposition, not simply against the weaker sides in the division. Beating or drawing with genuine rivals during his time in interim charge gave supporters real, tangible evidence that this group can compete at the very highest level when it matters most, rather than simply relying on hope and sentiment alone. Compare this moment to where the club stood only a couple of years ago, when even loyal legends like Evra were describing the club's situation using words like chaos, admitting the future did not look bright. The contrast between that previous tone and this new, hopeful prediction tells its own powerful story about how far things have shifted at Old Trafford in a relatively short space of time. Here is a question worth asking yourself right now. Do you think the scale of improvement under Michael Carrick genuinely justifies talk of a title challenge this season? Or is it simply too early to be making predictions this bold? Drop your honest opinion in the comments below. The emotional weight behind Evra's words. It is worth pausing here to think about what a prediction like this actually means coming from someone like Evra specifically. This is a man who has never hidden his emotional connection to Manchester United. Someone who has spoken openly in the past about how much this club means to him personally, describing his time at Old Trafford as a genuine dream come true. When Evra admits that he might simply love the club too much to see things clearly, he is being remarkably honest about something most pundits would never openly admit. Most people making bold predictions on television try to present themselves as purely objective analysts, hiding behind statistics and tactical breakdowns to justify their opinions. Evra instead openly wears his heart on his sleeve, admitting that part of his belief comes from pure emotional attachment rather than cold, detached analysis. There is something genuinely refreshing about that kind of honesty, especially for fans who feel exactly the same way themselves. Every United supporter reading this post right now understands what it feels like to believe in this club against all rational logic, to hope for something that might not be entirely realistic simply because of how much the club means to them personally. Evra's words capture that exact feeling perfectly, and that is a huge part of why this quote has struck such a chord with the fan base this week. It is also worth remembering that Evra is no stranger to difficult moments at this football club himself. He experienced relegation battles, painful European nights, and periods of real adversity during his time at Old Trafford, alongside the trophies and the glory. That mix of experience, the good years and the difficult ones, gives his current optimism a certain credibility that a legend who only ever experienced constant success might struggle to offer in quite the same way. Here is a question worth thinking about. Do you think genuine emotional connection to a club, the kind Evra is openly admitting to here, actually makes fans and legends better judges of what a team is truly capable of? Or does it simply cloud good judgment entirely? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Weighing up the realistic challenge ahead. Of course, we cannot simply take this prediction at face value without thinking honestly about exactly how difficult a genuine title challenge would actually be. Evra himself acknowledges this directly in his own words, admitting plainly that it is going to be tough. And he is absolutely right to say so. The Premier League remains one of the most competitive leagues anywhere in world football, with several clubs boasting enormous financial resources, deep squads, and managers with proven track records of sustained success. Manchester City, Liverpool, and Arsenal have all set extremely high standards in recent seasons, and any club hoping to overtake them needs to combine consistency, squad depth, tactical intelligence, and no shortage of good fortune along the way, avoiding major injuries at the wrong moments, and finding form at exactly the right stages of a long, grueling campaign. There is also the simple matter of squad depth across a season that includes league matches, domestic cups, and continental competition. Genuine title-winning squads need real strength in every position, not just among the starting 11, since injuries and suspensions inevitably strike at some point across a demanding campaign. Whether Manchester United currently possess that level of depth compared to the very best sides in the country remains one of the biggest open questions hanging over this entire prediction. Manchester United's own recent history adds further context here too. This is a club that has not lifted the Premier League trophy since Sir Alex Ferguson's final season in charge, a genuinely long wait for a club with such a rich history of domestic success. Bold predictions have come and gone many times during that lengthy gap, and supporters have learned, sometimes painfully, not to get too far ahead of themselves before a ball has even been kicked in a new season. Here is a question worth pondering. Given everything we have discussed, the genuine progress made under Michael Carrick alongside the sheer difficulty of overtaking clubs like Manchester City, Liverpool and Arsenal, where do you honestly think this United side will finish come the end of the season? Let me know your prediction in the comments below. Why surprise people might be the most important phrase in the entire quote. Let us return once more to the specific language Evra chose to use, because there is one phrase in particular that deserves real attention. United can surprise people. This is a genuinely clever way to frame a bold prediction, because it does not necessarily promise a guaranteed outcome. It promises the possibility of defying expectations. Surprising people in football usually means outperforming what outside observers, pundits, and rival fans currently expect. It does not require United to be the most talented squad on paper, or to have the biggest transfer budget, or even to be the clear favorites heading into the season. It simply requires the team to play above what others currently believe they are capable of, drawing on team spirit, tactical organization, and the specific mentality Carrick appears to be building within this group. This framing actually makes the prediction feel considerably more achievable than a flat, confident guarantee would. Teams that are written off, or at least underestimated by outside observers, often carry a genuine psychological advantage, playing with a chip on their shoulder and a hunger to prove doubters wrong. If Manchester United can genuinely embrace that underdog, surprise package mentality this season, results that feel unlikely on paper can sometimes start to look a lot more possible once matches actually begin. History offers plenty of examples across English football of teams achieving results few people believed possible before a ball had even been kicked, often built precisely on this kind of underdog spirit rather than simply superior individual talent. If Evra genuinely sees the early signs of that same spirit building within this current Manchester United squad, his choice of the word surprise, rather than a flat guarantee, suddenly makes a great deal of sense. Here is a question worth thinking about. Do you think Manchester United currently carry that underdog, surprise package energy heading into this new season? Or do outside expectations already sit too high for that particular mentality to genuinely apply? I want to hear your honest take in the comments section below. What this means for the fan base heading into the new season. Stepping back from the specific details of the quote itself, it is worth thinking about what a prediction like this actually means for the wider Manchester United fan base right now. After years of difficult seasons, managerial changes, and periods of genuine uncertainty about the club's direction, hearing a genuine club legend speak with this level of belief offers something supporters have been craving for a long time: permission to dream again. Football fandom is built on hope just as much as it is built on realistic expectation. Supporters do not simply watch football for cold, calculated analysis of league tables and expected points totals. They watch because they believe deep down that something special might be possible, even against difficult odds. Evra's words tap directly into that exact feeling, offering fans a genuine, credible voice from within the club's own history who is willing to say out loud what many supporters have perhaps been quietly hoping for themselves. There is also a wider symbolic value to comments like these coming from someone with Evra's standing at the club. Legends of his stature carry real influence, not just with supporters, but potentially even within the wider footballing conversation surrounding the club, shaping how pundits, rival fans, and the media discuss Manchester United's prospects heading into the new season. A confident, credible voice from within the club's history pushing back against years of lowered expectations can genuinely shift the wider narrative surrounding the team. Whether or not this prediction actually comes true, and only time will tell that story, the simple act of a respected legend speaking with this much conviction adds a genuine sense of excitement and anticipation heading into the new campaign. It gives fans something to hold on to, a reason to watch every single match day with just that little bit of extra hope and belief. Here is one final question worth sitting with. Do you think predictions like this one, bold, emotional, and openly biased, actually help build positive momentum and belief around a football club? Or do they risk setting expectations dangerously high heading into a difficult season? I genuinely want to know your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. What to watch for as the season gets underway. As we move toward the start of the new Premier League campaign, here are a few things worth keeping an eye on if you want to track whether Evra's bold prediction has any real chance of playing out. Watch how Manchester United start the season across their opening handful of fixtures. A strong, confident start often sets the tone for an entire campaign, building momentum and belief within the dressing room, while a slow, stuttering start can quickly deflate even the most optimistic predictions before they have a real chance to develop. Watch how the team performs specifically against the other genuine title contenders across the season, since results in those direct matchups will ultimately decide whether a genuine title challenge is realistic or whether this remains simply an ambitious dream. Watch for consistency above all else. Bold predictions are often undone not by a lack of quality, but by inconsistency, brilliant performances followed by unexpected slip-ups against supposedly weaker opposition. If Carrick's side can find genuine week-to-week reliability, that consistency alone could be the difference between falling short and genuinely surprising people, exactly as Evra predicted. And finally, watch the mentality and body language of this squad during difficult moments across the season. Every title-challenging team eventually faces setbacks, whether through injuries, unexpected defeats, or difficult away trips. How this Manchester United side responds to adversity will tell us a great deal about whether they possess the genuine title-winning mentality Evra clearly believes is building at the club once again. Wrapping things up, let us bring everything together before we close out this post. Patrice Evra, a 5-time Premier League winner and genuine Manchester United legend, has made one of the boldest public predictions about this football club in years, stating plainly that he believes Manchester United are going to win the Premier League this season. He balanced that bold claim with real honesty, admitting he might simply be a dreamer, admitting his deep love for the club, and acknowledging openly just how tough the challenge ahead will genuinely be. But ultimately, he landed on a message of genuine belief, insisting that this United side can surprise people. Whether or not this prediction actually comes true, it captures something powerful about where this football club currently stands. A renewed sense of hope, momentum, and belief that has been building steadily under Michael Carrick after a genuinely difficult period in the club's recent history. Thank you so much for listening this post all the way through. If you enjoyed this breakdown and you want more honest, simple, and detailed Manchester United analysis just like this, please make sure you are subscribed to Carrick United Analysis, because this is the trusted source for United fans who want the real story without the noise. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload, and share this post with a fellow United fan who needs to read this today. Until next time, keep believing, keep supporting the boys in red, and I will see you in the next one right here on Carrick United Analysis.